Hong Kong is one of the world's leading financial hubs, with a healthy per capita GDP exceeding $30,000 in 2010. But this dynamic city knows it needs to constantly upgrade itself to keep its competitive edge, in pace with China and the world. And for some, even the choice of preschool has become an economic equation.
心广体盘，故君子必承其义。莫知其苗之硕，此谓身不修。
Along with his Hong Kong classmates, 5-year-old Spaniard Marco Martin has been learning Putonghua through the teachings of Confucius.
非常好，我们四也是整齐漂亮的声音，可以吗？
My name is Marco Martin, and I'm 4.5. I'm now in round 9 kindergarten. I like English and Chinese. I can make Kung Fu.
Well, when we came over here, one of the reasons why we came, apart because of business and it makes sense, it was because we wanted to be more close to China. My wife and I, we really believe that China is becoming very, very important in the world. I mean, speaking Putonghua will be a differentiating factor. Really? That's why we choose a local school where they will be able to have not just the language skills, but also the virtues or the way that the Chinese culture will give.
Okay, now, faster, 7.
For the growing number of expatriate families choosing Hong Kong's tough education system over the usual international schools, it entails submitting their kids through the same pressures of the application and interview process, which unnerves many Hong Kong parents.
When we came here, as I said, we visit a lot of schools and so forth, and finally we came up to Raymond. During the interview, I was feeling that they were interviewing me more than they were interviewing my son. And that made me feel really good, really important, because that made me feel that I was participating in my child's education. That's why I think that at the end, we were lucky that they accept Marco, and I think they were lucky that they have us as well, because we bring a different perspective, a different culture to what they probably had before. At the moment, we are currently in the process in order to make applications for the schools. I'm convinced that at the end of the day, being yourself is the best way of doing an interview. And whenever I take Marco to any interview, my only thing is, you know what, don't try to be something that you're not. Just be yourself, answer the questions the best that you can. If we go to any given school and they will not accept Marco, maybe it's because that school was not for us.
Not every parent shares the same confidence. Many try to get ahead by starting preparation plans for primary school, even from the nursery school stage.
家長對做 profile 同埋 application 有冇啲乜嘢嘅疑問？嗱，同埋
Other Hong Kong parents seek help to navigate the system so that they can alleviate the anxiety and pressure that result in many sleepless nights.
咁嗰個校長就話俾我聽，佢話第一樣嘢佢睇嘅咧就係永遠 interview 係咪爸爸媽媽都喺度。嗱咁有啲人就係打個電話。
My name is Anna Lee. I'm a parent in Hong Kong. My first child is Darren Low, and second is a daughter named Erica Low. So they are pretty active and naughty sometimes. Nowadays, a lot of people, especially dads, need to go overseas or go to China and work. My husband travels a lot. When daddy is here, they will act like more, behave better. When daddy is not here, they will just without a boss home, and you just hang around being naughty. But anyway, they're just a kid, so kids are like this. 仲要上一個 English lesson 喎，你記唔記得？點樣讀啊？跟住 b 啊點讀啊 妹妹啊，你下個禮拜要去 interview 咯喎。
咩 interview 啊？
要面試啦，你要考小一咯喎。
我已經考小一啦。
5-year-old Erica is due to attend Primary 1 in the fall term of the following year, and Anna knows from her daughter's active personality that she will not likely fare well for the interview selection round.
你的名字是什么？
陸哲彤。
你今年幾歲？
陸哲彤。
Little Erica will need a boost in other areas to make the grade. In Hong Kong, education is compulsory for 9 years from the age of 6, and the Education Bureau guarantees access to free education for 12 years. But parents want more for their kids than the system requires. So at this school exhibition in the Kowloon Convention Centre, hundreds of parents are flocking to the booths to fork out money for materials ranging from enrichment courses to study aids and interview cheat sheets, all in a bid to boost their child's chances of admission into the school of their choice.
好啦，行啦。
Anna is no different. Her solution for compensating for a weak interview performance is to beef up her children's extracurricular activities that can be presented in the application portfolio. She will not settle for anything less for her kids.
呢兩個咯，一個8歲，一個5歲，咁樣啦。你識唔識啊？呢個試下啦喎，你教埋唔會話咧聽。兩文三語 is very important in Hong Kong. That means you need to speak Cantonese, speak English, speak 普通話, and you write English and Chinese. 呢度
中文 or 英文啊？
中文。My husband's job need to travel a lot to China and a lot of businesses. It's a trend that China is the next superpower, and I do think that we would like to our two kids to study 普通話, and they need to be very capable of this language. That's why I picked Seoul-Jit, KCS. And also St. Stephen's. Their mode of language teaching Chinese is 普通話, and also their English is really good as well. So language is the first priority that I choose the school.
Anna called in professional help from friends to produce a portfolio for Darren. That got him into the school of her choice. The same will be done for Erica.
I think a lot of parents would agree with me. Being a very small kid in Hong Kong is really tough because sometimes their schedule is even more busier than the adults, right? After schools, they have all kinds of extracurricular activities like dancing, arts and crafts. It is important that you need to be good in one or two of these extra activities, because when you go to primary 1 admission, they will see your portfolio and see whether you learn a music or a sport and you are good at it, then it will add marks to your portfolio.
All this just means more playtime for Erica, but is serious business for her mom.
I'm now preparing the portfolio for her. I'm gathering all the past photos and certificates. In the past, I heard people, they will do like a Bible, like a history book, really huge portfolio of the whole life of their kids, right? But nowadays, it's even more restricted because everybody is doing a thick portfolio. The schools are very strict on the number of pages that you submitted. So by the time it was my son's time, it was 10 pages, A4 size. Now it's only 5 pages. So it's more and more difficult to get all the information into that portfolio.
Portfolio services for primary school admission is now a lucrative business, with more parents subcontracting out their own homework.
There has been a lot of parents who come into QQ Club and asking for the primary school interview service, because there are companies that actually would put a portfolio together for the children. My answer to that is very simple. If you come down and you experience different things, the parent themselves should be the one who actually compile such a file. Because through this experience, you learn more about your child, which is more important than thinking about blindly putting your child into a school that you want them to go to. Come on, it's not fair. It is your dream. It might not be your child's dream.
As the principal of one of the more sought-after schools on Hong Kong Island, Ms. Agnes Y has seen many anxious parents push their kids to extremes in order to gain admission into her school.
我好相信嘅咧，就喺一個不久嘅將來咧，大家會意識到咧，而家呢一種咁瘋狂嘅一個星期要小朋友學8、9種嘅參加8、9種嘅活動啊，令到佢哋疲於奔命啊，連一啲空間去思考、去做一啲 creative 嘅嘢咧都冇埋。小朋友一般嚟到講都係白紙一張嘅，喺呢一個階段咧。 你俾咩嘢佢，佢會接收啲咩嘢。同樣呢一個時間咧，亦都係你要俾機會佢去發揮佢嘅潛能嘅，因為個個小朋友咧，實在嗰個潛質都不一樣嘅。
學長，今天我有美。
我哋係俾到好多機會小朋友去揣摩，亦都唔好太規範佢哋。
好。 哦，很好。还有没有人不同的呢？欣欣，你说。我有毒的，不要吃。我有毒的，你不要吃我了。如果你吃了我。所以我覺得無論課程啊、活動啊、嘅安排咧，對小朋友都應該係有一個適量嘅安排，俾翻一啲嘅空間自己小朋友，你可以等佢哋慢慢探索，家長亦都可以從旁去觀察，睇下佢哋個能力啊係去到邊度。
Alliteration is something we use when we're writing, and it makes our writing more interesting.
This may be sound advice that parents like Anna will take heed only after they get their child into the desired school. After all, Darren Low managed to get enrolled in St. Stephen's on the strength of his portfolio, even after being turned down based on his interview. As for his sister Erica, she's blissfully unaware of the anxieties her mother has for her academic future. In Hong Kong, parents remain the real drivers of the education rat race, and they will be the hardest to convert. But not all of them can afford to give their child that added advantage in life.
They're so hungry, super hungry.